do another song that I wrote. And I'm from West by God, stand up and salute Virginia, where the men are men and the sheep are nervous. John Locke knows what I'm talking about. Say, you're the one that told me. Didn't you the one tell me about the sheep? What do you call a sheep tied to a fence?
In Wales?
Yes, a recreation center, was it? I just love his accent. He's a foreigner.
Actually, he said your last visit I'll become a citizen.
Ask him for his birth certificate.
He's not dark enough. You won't have to ask him. They would ask me, I guarantee you. I don't want to go to Arizona. This song I wrote, I lived in a place I was born in, was called Gilman Holler. And we lived up on top of the hill. We didn't have any plumbing of any kind. We used to come down off the hill and I'd walk by my grandpa's house and he'd be sitting on the porch. And he'd say, "Come here, boy." And I'd go up on the porch and he'd make me roll Bugler cigarettes for him. A little machine, I'd roll it, you know. They'd probably put you in jail for that today, but I'd get real dry, and I knew if I got dry, he'd buy me an RC Cola, and he'd give me a dime to send me down to the general stores about 200 feet down the road. And I'd come back and do some more. And then, ironically, when I got older, I was building roads, and I worked for the West Virginia Road Commission. We were working on I-64. Went right across the holler, took my grandpa's house. The pillars went straight down to his wall, and they moved him down the road about 200 feet. I went to lunch, went down there to the general store, and there's my grandpa sitting on the porch. I said, "Grandpa, what are you doing up here at the general store?" He said, "Well, no one will come and visit me anymore, so I come up here and tell my stories." This song is called The Storyteller. Hey, 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 you got time for me today? Past my grandpa sitting on the porch of the local general store. He said, "No one wants to hear my tales. They don't visit anymore." So I decided I would write them down. Then when I'm gone, they can take them out, take their time and read them, and maybe even pass them on. You see, my kids are really quite surprised by the things I've seen and done. As I sit and tell the stories to my daughters and my son, and every time when I change things up, just to hear what they would say. 'Cause the older I get, the better I was back in the good old days. He'd say, "Hey, hey, 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 you got time for me today?" Spent the day with the storyteller, listening to the older one, so that I can learn to tell my tales to my own daughters and my son. So I put them in the song and I recorded them for my own legacy. Now they can listen if and when they want of how it used to be. Not all your point, Dad, I'd say none. I just like to tell the story. They were long stories. Say hey, 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 hey. You got time for me today? Well, I've gotten a lot older, got a lot wiser, got a lot of grandchildren. These days, all I want to do is just sit on that front porch. And when one of them walks by, here's what I do. Hey, 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 hey. You got time for me today? Thank you very much. Thank you for your hospitality, John. I appreciate it.